Hello students, in 12th standard for physics section 1, the first chapter is rotational equilibrium. In this chapter, we are going to study two types of motions. First is circular motion and second is rotational motion. Now let us first study circular motion. Now in 11th standard, we have already studied some concept related to circular motion. Now let us revise that concepts. Now first is definition of circular motion. A particle is said to perform circular motion if it is moving along the circumference of the circle. Now for example, if electron is revolving around the nucleus in circular orbit, therefore electron is performing circular motion. Now second is example of spinning top. That is, if spinning top is spinning, then the different particles of spinning top, they are moving along the circumference of the circle. That is, each and every particle of spinning top is performing circular motion. Now let us be familiar with some concept related to circular motion. Now for that, consider this a diagram. This is a circular path having center O and radius R. Particle is moving along this circular path in anticlockwise direction. Suppose initially particle be at point A. Then after very small time interval t, particle moves to point B. Now let us be familiar with the concept of radius vector. Radius vector is a vector drawn from the center of circular path to the position of particle on the circumference of circle at some time instant. Therefore, for this case, radius vectors are vector OA and vector OB. As particle moves from point A to B, the linear displacement of a particle is length of arc AB, which is equal to S. When particle moves from A to B, the radius vector subtend angle theta with center of circular path. Therefore, S is the linear displacement of particle in time t and theta is the corresponding angular displacement of particle in time t. Therefore, we can say that when particle is performing circular motion, it undergoes linear motion and corresponding angular motion. Now let us see different terms in linear motion and the analogous term in angular motion. Now first is vector S, which is linear displacement. Then second is vector V, which is ds by dt, that is rate of change of linear displacement, which is linear velocity. Then vector A, which is dv by dt, that is rate of change of linear velocity, it is linear acceleration. Now the corresponding terms in angular motion. Vector theta is angular displacement. Vector omega is equal to d theta by dt, that is rate of change of angular displacement, which is equal to angular velocity. Vector alpha is equal to d omega by dt, that is rate of change of angular velocity, which is equal to angular acceleration. Now let us see the relations between these quantities. S is equal to r theta, that is linear displacement is equal to radius of circular path into angular displacement. V is equal to r omega, that is linear velocity is equal to radius of circular path into angular velocity. A is equal to r theta, that is linear acceleration is equal to radius of circular path into angular acceleration. Now all these quantities are vector quantities. Now therefore we must know the direction of these quantities. Now first figure shows you the direction of linear displacement and linear velocity. Again consider a circular path having center O. The particle is moving along the circular path in anticlockwise direction. At some time instant, suppose particle is at position E, then linear displacement and linear velocity is directed along the tangent to the circular path, and as particle is moving in anticlockwise direction, the direction of linear displacement and linear velocity at point A is along this vector. If we consider a particle at point C, then the direction of linear displacement and linear velocity is along the tangent to the circular path, and it is along this vector. Now this is about the direction of linear displacement and linear velocity. Now let us see the directions of angular displacement and angular velocity. The direction of angular displacement and angular velocity are always acting along the axis of rotation of circular path. What is axis of rotation? It is straight line passing through the center of circular path and perpendicular to the plane of circular path. Now to decide the exact direction of angular displacement and angular velocity, we use right hand rule. Now what is right hand rule? Hold your right hand in such a way that your fingers are curled and thumb outstretched. Then curled fingers gives you the direction of rotation of particle, and outstretched thumb gives you the direction of theta and omega, that is angular displacement and angular velocity. Now for first figure, the rotation is anticlockwise. Now therefore curled fingers are in anticlockwise direction and outstretched thumb is acting vertically upward. Now therefore direction of theta and omega for first case, they are along the axis of rotation and acting vertically upward. Now in second case, the direction of rotation is clockwise. Therefore now the curled fingers are in clockwise direction and thumb is acting vertically downward. Now therefore direction of theta and omega, they are along the axis of rotation but they are acting vertically downward. Now this is about the directions of angular displacement and angular velocity. Now let us see the concept of period and frequency for circular motion. First is period of circular motion. Period is time required to complete one revolution. The symbol for period is capital T. In one revolution, particle covers linear displacement equal to 2 pi r, which is circumference of the circle, and the velocity with which it covers that linear displacement is linear velocity v. Now therefore t is equal to 2 pi r upon v, because time is equal to distance upon velocity. Also, when particle covers one revolution, that is particle completes one revolution, it covers angular displacement is equal to 2 pi, and the angular velocity with which it covers that distance is omega. Now therefore again t is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Therefore expressions for period are t is equal to 2 pi r upon v, which is equal to 2 pi upon omega. Unit for period is second. Now second is frequency of circular motion. Now frequency of circular motion is number of revolutions performed by the particle in 1 second. Now symbol for frequency is small n, which is equal to 1 upon t. Now therefore it is equal to v upon 2 pi r, which is equal to omega upon 2 pi. Now these are the expressions for frequency. Unit for frequency is hertz. Now let us stop here for this lecture.